image, but also the time in the viewer, no? How there's one the other day I was speaking with a partner these days, and this is also one of the great things about Toby Mela, no? That we are during all these days reflecting about photography, and we were speaking about this thing about the duration of the view in the image, no? And because in cinema we can control how long we want the viewer to be watching, looking at the image, no? So all the hidden aspects of the image can emerge, no? In photography, it's different, no? The viewer can choose how long he wants or how long he needs, he thinks the image needs to its power, no? And well, this is one of the ideas that can appear, no, from a filmmaker in this context. And well, I will start because otherwise we don't see anything. I chose some works. Of course, I cannot show everything, but I will start with one that is a very short one, and that for me it was very revealing because I discover distance in landscape, and distance also a kind of distance from the human being, and that approach, and we can see like the people very far away, so we can feel it more like one part of nature itself, no? It's a way of also breaking the anthropocentrism and start to think about the space and the nature itself as a whole. And it was during where it is. It was during a trip in Morocco. Well, it's just 1 minute. It has some sound. It's not impressive. Yeah. It's just a wind. I can do it like. It will be nice, no? It's something like that because the sound is not so so well recorded. It should sound. But it's not. Well, so I, oh no. All the, well, it's not a problem. Or yes, no, it's not. All the, I shoot these images during a trip, no, and at the beginning it was something more intuitive, no. I look to the people and I start to separate from them, no, and it was this idea also how people dissolve in landscape, no, and how to feel this. So after okay, well, we'll do it properly. After I went to another trip, it was in Iceland, and I continue to work with this distance, no? And also, I try since the beginning to approach cinema to painting, no? At the beginning, it was more closer to a romanticism style, but during the years, I started to try to make it closer to an abstract expressionism. And what I tried, we are in the mountains in Iceland, and what I tried is to make the screen like really flat, no? Like we can almost not have any dip, no? So we can feel it like like a canvas, no? Where we also another thing that I'm interested to work in is in a balance between abstraction and figurative, no? So here I try to make some spots of black, black like tint, and the white canvas for me, no? And but always in my work I need the human figure, no? Like to in a way it's like to feel like the scale, no? The scale of the space and also the scale of time. And yeah, as you see, I don't move the camera. The frame is always really present. So that's also something that I think it connects it to photography. No, the the movement is just happen inside the image. No, in a way it's like pictures but with movement inside. He's connected. I can talk with him. Hi. Well, I will move to some. Also, the idea for me of not moving the camera is to try to catch the subtle movement of the natural elements. No, and sorry. And here where we were watching the fog, no, and how the fog hide and discover the image, no, and now it's just what we are watching is like just the light moving through the mountain, no. So at the end, what I think I'm trying to in my work is to catch some poetic and mystery and revelating moments from reality at the end, no? And make with them a kind of experience in time. Yeah, I think if I move the camera when I'm trying to catch this, in a way I like contaminate with my movement the movement of nature, no, and I try to catch it as it is. No? And also, one of the theories of landscape as a concept says that it appears when painters started to draw it. No, it was when they frame the nature. No, because the nature it surrounds you and it's all continue. But it was when you frame one part of the nature that the landscape appear, no? And landscape is, as I understand it, and I think is one of the ways is an image in the distance, no? And it's how I work with it. No? Well, this goes, the film goes, is 40 minutes long, the film, and it goes more abstract and abstract and abstract. It has two parts. It's shot also in Iceland. The first part takes place in a volcanic area. and I focus mainly in the steam that appears, you know, from the water. And the second part, I focus on the concept that I now working on, that is the paralyzed, immobile people in landscape, no? And how from this immobility, our view can focus better on this movement of landscape and bring us also a different way of experiencing time. And the work that I'm showing in Chobimela, it's also trying to reflect on that, no? It's because the editing process for these images, it's not a film that you need to read some information, no? It's not a story that you have to follow. So the length of every image is about the energy that is in the image, no? And how long the image needs to be there in front of your eyes to express all this energy that is hidden, no? It's not about reading some information in the surface of the image. It's trying to go deep and bring all what is hidden in the inside. Well, now that I did is about 85 minutes long, and it's also about the landscape. But in this film it has also an anthropological approach. It takes it's in Spain, in the north of Spain, in the region where I was born, and it's a region called Coast of Death. Because there were a lot of shipwrecks during the history in this place. It is a very dangerous sea. And the film is like a collage. We do like a trip, in a way, around the area, and we see different people. Here will appear the boys. So until now, we were not watching a landscape with an cultural identity. But here I wanted to try to reflect on that, no, for the first time, and how the identity appear, no, from this collective voice, from this collective imaginary, from the myths, the history, the legends. So in the voices that we hear, all these themes appear, no? And in like the style of the film, I work with a double distance, no? The people is really far away, but we hear the voices, the breath, the actions really closely, no? So I wanted to mix the intimacy of the human being, the human experience, with the immensity of landscape, no? This mix of intimacy and see what does it express, no, in the image.
Cuando fue del Prestige, el cabrón ese hizo eso fue político.
También.
Esto fue una mala maniobra de los políticos. Y no hicieron bien el trabajo. Estaba ahí en la parte de villano, lo dejaban ahí en una playa que se rompiera el medio, pero después limpiaban todo, playa, pero no es lo mismo fastidiar una playa que fastidiar toda la costa.
Y así, ¿eh?
Desde Vigo llegó a Francia. Llenó toda la costa toda llena de porquería. No se podía coger el pescado. Estaba triste esto, fue triste. Metieron la pata a los políticos. Dejaron a la gente del mar, pero ahí metió la política en el medio. ¿Y qué caray van a saber los políticos de la pesca? ¿Quién lo sabe mejor que nosotros?
Seguro. Pues es así el panorama. La vida... No hay más o qué. Se lo pican es porque sienten mal tiempo. Mal tiempo, es que mañana llueve.
People from this place develop in the nature, no? Fishermen, they are taking, I don't know the name in English, but from the rocks, no? Well, and in different places, no? And at the end, it's also like a dance with nature, also like a fight. And here also these people, for example, they try to, and well, looking through all these activities in landscape, we start to understand well how is the culture of this place, how they develop during the years, and so this between the dialogues and these activities, we start to understand a little bit the relationship between man and landscape in this place. I showed you some. these are some platforms that we use to take mussels.
Pues é cuestión de ahora de 3-4 meses, un chaval que es percebeiro ha salvado allá a 2 personas. Una percebeira también, una mujer se cayó al mar, lo llevó. La gente tenía miedo, muchos tirarse, el chaval se tiró con una cuerda y lo salvó también. Se tiró arriesgando su vida, o sea, que merecía darle un monumento.
Un chaval que tendría calma, calma. Al no saber nadar se puso nervioso. Al fondo. Como está aquí, hasta no había mar ni nada. Se puso nervioso, no sabía nadar. Allá abajo.
En tiempo de invierno y esta zona, sobre todo de estaca de bar, esta refiero. Yo hay muchos naufragios, incluso en la Piedra Valar, abajo no hay faro. Allí mismo ya vi un arrastrero, en mal tiempo, mandar las rocas el barco contra las piedras y morirse 11 que había. Aparecer por la playa, pero ya sin partidos, sin piernas, otros sin brazos.
Yo pienso que muchos no conocen tampoco la zona. Muchos de esos mercantes grandes, ignoran esta zona muy peligrosa. Hay bajos, ¿entiendes? Hay piedras que sobresalen, no las saben. Aquí la gente que anda aquí a la malla sabe, conoce, ¿entiendes? Hay muchos barcos en el fondo, Por aquí, por esta zona, está lleno de cascos de barcos.
Another thing that I was shooting all this at the beginning like something very intuitive, no? But then reflecting on it, I thought also about the point of view, no? That is not a human point of view, no? It's not only the distance, it's also that I used to film very high, no? So for me, and I discovered it when I was shooting the film that you saw in the snow, that it was the mountain itself, the one that was looking to the people from the distance, no? And so the distance is not only a physical distance, it's also a metaphysical distance in a way, no? We are watching the human as we are people, no? This thing can make us, look to them like with another perspective, no? And to reflect about them from nature or a spirituality or something else, but different from a human point of view. And in this film, and in general in all of them, is also something about the time of the image. No, I try to connect more with calm time, a time of like the time of the wind, the time of the water. Like in the previous shots, I wanted to focus really in the waves. No, how the wave grow up and get to the rock. No. All of them with its own rhythm. Because also these people that works in the rocks, they know that it's almost like always like after 7 waves, one is big. No? 7 waves, one is big. The bells are important in this place because when it's a foggy day, and it's very often here, in past times they use the bells to say to the boats that are on the sea, where is the port, no, to come back. As they cannot see anything, they have to to look for the belt. And it's also something related with death, no? When someone dies, we use the bells to call. Well, it's a 85 minutes film, and it's very different one part of the other. No, the style is the same, and it's all in the same region, but we can see many things. I have they told me that I have 10 minutes, so I will jump to this other concept that that is the immobility. No, people paralyzed in landscape. That in a way, I think. It makes me reflect better about the time of nature. And so here, these paralyzed people that I was really inspired of Friedrich pictures, no, like this iconic figure of the guy backwards inviting to watch landscape. But here in the moving image, what we have now is like two temporalities working in the image. No, the time is paralyzed for the person, but time still goes on in nature. No, here is just some. This is a video art series. I have 8 different shots, always with this figure. I will move to the next one. In all of them, the important thing that it was something has to be moving in the image. No? Sometimes, as here, the movement discovers something new. No? The fog starts to draw the. Yeah, and after this work, a few years later, I did one with similar concept, but also reflecting in how the color is built in the image. Or, well, I discovered this very nice quote. Can you read it? Colors are matter's effort to become light. And I'm very agree with it. So I started this work. This work, the main idea for it is not going to a theater, is going to a gallery. I work with museums and galleries, and so this is a video art project. No, it was shown also in theaters, but it was thought to be